Hey, Stas here, founder of clientsandconsulting.com, and I make videos on how to get clients. Now, if you're like me, you probably love your coffee, right? Or if you have kids like me, then you probably need coffee, like it's not even a question. And I recently discovered that by drinking coffee, I'm actually able to get 20 hours a week more time to run my business. You know what else can get you 20 hours a week more time to run your business? Smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. So I have about 3 coffees a day on average, but sometimes if I've had a late night or maybe the kids have had a bad night's sleep, that can even be 4 or 5 a day. And whilst I love my coffee, and we have a ton of coffee shops just across the road from the hub, it takes me around about 15 minutes from the time I leave my desk, go and get the coffee, to the time I come back. And in the process, I'm having to think, okay, well, do I want a cappuccino, a latte? Do I want chocolate on top? Do I want an oat milk, soya milk? Do I maybe want a smoothie or even an iced coffee? And there's just too many decisions that are being faced my way. Now, as a business owner, CEO, or entrepreneur, when making decisions, you want to make sure that you make it the last decision that you ever have to make. So what do I mean? How can I make a decision where I can never think about coffee ever again? And this really got me thinking. Sometimes I feel like if I just had 1 more hour in the day, I would have achieved everything that I needed to for that particular day. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like if you just had 1 more hour, you would have got everything done on your list? So then I started doing the numbers, and this really shocked me. So I had basically built a wall between my productivity and my coffee. Let's break down the numbers. So everything in life is about time versus money, because ultimately we either pay with our time or we pay with our money. So let me break down the numbers for you so that you can see for yourself why I made the decision and how I gained 20 hours a month extra. So let's look at the money side first, because I know for me which one is the most important. Let me know in the comments which one is the most important for you. So on average, I was spending £3 a day on coffee. And £3 per coffee, which 3 coffees a day added up to £9 a day, okay? £9 a day. 5 days a week, guess what? That's £45 a week, which equates to £180 a month. Which really, I know you can say there's lots of coffee subscription deals and other things you can get and you can save money here, but really, the money is not something that I'm too concerned about here. It's the time that it takes me away from productivity and away from doing what I need to do. Now let's look at the time. So in a day, it was roughly 1 hour in a day that I was spending on coffee. But this adds up very quickly, because let me tell you how I came to this number. When I leave my desk, from the moment I leave to the moment I come back is roughly 15 minutes desk to desk. And then it might take me another 5-10 minutes to get fully focused on the task that I was doing before. So I've just averaged it out at roughly an hour a day, which is 5 hours a week, which is 20 hours in a month. Wow, 20 hours in a month. So this means I'm spending pretty much 1 day a week on coffee trips and just generally on coffee, and my mind is occupied with coffee. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So next time you are making a decision, think, how can I make this decision so I can solve it once and for all and I never ever have to think about it again? So this is what I did. I thought, okay, well, how can I make a decision about coffee, because I love my coffee, I need my coffee, but I never want to think about it again. So I just went out and I bought a £300 coffee machine from John Lewis. Yep, 300 quid, done. Now, how can I justify that? Well, easy, 2 ways. Number one, with the money side, because after 2 months, I've pretty much recouped my investment straight away. But that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is I am gaining 20 hours a month by having my own coffee machine pretty much next to where I sit. And now, instead of it taking 15 minutes for me to go desk to desk for my coffee trips, it takes me probably 30 seconds to a minute, because all I have to do is press a button and the coffee is there. So now 3 coffees a day probably takes me 5 minutes and no more. I don't have to leave the environment that I'm in. I can remain in my focus mode and get so much more done. And this just goes to show you that it's important to know your numbers. Money isn't really the only cost in life. It's ultimately the time and the price we pay with our time that makes all the difference. So question for you is, how much time do you spend on pointless tasks like coffee runs, like thinking about what you're gonna have for lunch every day, or even browsing social media? Because think about it, how long does it take you to then get back into focus mode and get back on track with what you were doing? All of these little things are taking away your productivity and your time, which is why it's important to know your numbers. So ultimately, it really came down to £300 to get 20 hours a month back of my time, which obviously is a no-brainer decision, which again, just shows you how important it is to know your numbers in business. What is the true cost? Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how much time you are spending on tasks that are maybe unproductive, or time on coffee if you're anything like me. And look, if you need help with your business, need help with understanding your numbers, understanding the cost per lead for your business, understanding the cost per customer acquisition, or any other numbers, there is going to be a link below this video where you can book a call with me and my team, and we'll be very happy to run you through and show you exactly where you may be falling short. Because when you've built a 7-figure online coaching and education company like I have, you pretty much know the numbers inside out, and we can just give you these answers. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.